Welcome to Open Air Living, your go-to destination for outdoor space inspiration with timeless style. Today, we're diving into the charm of French formal gardens, specifically designed for small spaces. Think classic symmetry, crisp boxwood edges, and a whole lot of European elegance, even in a petite backyard. If you're dreaming of transforming your limited outdoor area into a structured, stylish, and utterly romantic escape, you're in the right place. From courtyards to balconies, we'll show you how to bring that Versailles touch, just on a smaller scale. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Tell us which idea you love the most or how you brought a bit of France into your own garden. Let's get started. French formal gardens, also known as jardins à la française, are all about control, symmetry, and elegance. Unlike their wilder English cousins, these gardens rely on balance and precision. Every plant has its place. Think geometric layouts, clipped hedges, and gravel walkways. In large estates like Versailles, these gardens are vast and dramatic. But today, we're scaling them down without losing that classical charm. Whether you're working with a patio, rooftop, or townhouse courtyard, the essence of French garden design can still shine through. All you need is a plan and a love for refinement. Symmetry is the heart of any French formal garden. No matter the size of your space, start with a central axis, usually a straight path or a visual line that divides the garden in half. This axis becomes your guide. On either side, mirror your plantings, pathways, and decor. Even a small 10 by 10 courtyard can feel like a royal retreat with this structured layout. Use pavers, stepping stones, or pea gravel to create your path. Surround it with matching pots, planters, or parterre patterns for a cohesive and elegant effect. A parterre is a classic element of French gardens, geometric planting beds outlined with low boxwood hedges. In smaller gardens, they create visual interest without overwhelming the space. Keep the scale appropriate. 2 or 4 small square or diamond-shaped sections work well. Fill the centers with seasonal blooms, colored gravel, or pattern herbs like thyme and lavender. Parterres create movement, pattern, and formality. Even if you don't have room for fountains or grand alleys, a few symmetrical beds can evoke the full grandeur. Boxwood is a staple of formal French gardens, and for good reason. It's evergreen, easily shaped, and stays looking crisp year-round. Perfect for small spaces where every detail counts. Use boxwood to edge paths, outline your parterres, or create miniature topiaries in pots. You can even clip them into spheres or pyramids for extra visual drama. Don't worry if you're short on sunlight or experience. Boxwood is hardy, low maintenance, and forgiving. It brings the structured charm your French garden needs. Every French garden needs a focal point. This could be a statue, a bird bath, a sundial, or even a dramatic urn on a pedestal. It should anchor your garden visually and sit at the end of your main axis. In small gardens, choose something with presence but not bulk. A classic stone finial metal sculpture or simple fountain can elevate the space without overwhelming. The key is proportion. Make sure your focal piece stands out, but still harmonizes with the scale of your garden. This balance creates that timeless, curated feel. French formal gardens often include rustic, time-worn materials like terracotta pots and limestone edging. These textures balance the formality of the layout with earthy warmth. In small spaces, aged terracotta planters filled with lavender or clipped rosemary can line your walkways or sit neatly on pedestals. They add old-world charm instantly. Stone tiles, gravel borders, or weathered statues all contribute to the timeless character. These details may be subtle, but they make your space feel both elegant and lived in. A true French garden isn't just green, it's layered with seasonal color. But in petite gardens, it's best to keep a restrained palette for a cohesive look. Stick with classic French favorites: white tulips in spring, blue salvia in summer, and rich mums in fall. Soft blues, whites, and purples echo the traditional countryside aesthetic. Use repetition to your advantage. A single color repeated throughout the space feels harmonious, refined, and far more impactful than a clutter of color. If you're working with a patio or balcony, container gardening is your best bet. But don't go freeform, structure is still key. Choose identical planters and arrange them symmetrically. Fill them with matching boxwoods, shaped laurels, or cascading ivy to create clean lines and balance. Tier your containers, smaller pots in front, taller topiaries behind, to build height and formality. Use symmetry to trick the eye into seeing more space than there really is. Even a tiny garden can benefit from the gentle sound of water. A classic French element, water features add serenity and elegance. Look for wall-mounted fountains, ceramic basins, or tabletop water bowls. Place them along your garden's axis or in the center of your parterre for maximum effect. The trick is subtlety. Choose timeless designs in stone or cast iron. The goal is to enhance the calm ambience without stealing the spotlight. French gardens are often divided into rooms or distinct areas using hedges, trellises, or changes in paving. This technique works beautifully in small spaces too. Use a trellis with climbing roses or ivy to define an intimate seating nook. A hedge or tall planter can subtly divide dining and lounging areas. Each room should have a purpose and feel like its own special destination, structured, charming, and uniquely styled. In a French formal garden, paths aren't just practical, they're part of the design. Even in small yards, walkways guide the eye and reinforce the geometry. Use compacted gravel, cut stone, or pavers set in sand. Keep edges clean with metal or boxwood borders. A crisp path gives structure and direction. Even a single pathway cutting through a small space can define zones and amplify the formal aesthetic. Straight lines, clear edges, and symmetry are the goal. French gardens often include vertical elements. Arbors, trellises, and climbing plants add height and elegance without taking up much floor space. Train climbing roses, clematis, or espaliered fruit trees against walls or trellises. They soften the formality without sacrificing structure. Paint wooden trellises in muted tones, soft cream, sage green, or classic black to match the traditional palette and support the romantic vibe. Every garden needs a place to sit, and French style favors wrought iron or classic teak furniture. Simple, elegant, and refined. In small spaces, opt for bistro sets, curved benches, or a single statement chair in a strategic spot. Keep it symmetrical if possible, 2 chairs flanking a small table, for example. Add cushions in soft neutrals or French linen stripes. This subtle softness balances the crisp lines of the garden itself. Even in a tiny garden, the details add up. Finials, stone spheres, wall sconces, or French-style lanterns give your space historical gravitas. Use these accents sparingly but intentionally, flanking a door, centering a parterre, or topping a pedestal. These touches channel the grandeur of classic estates. They also create focal points at eye level and encourage exploration. In a small garden, every detail is part of the larger story. The beauty of formal gardens is that they stay beautiful with minimal intervention. Once established, go for evergreens, perennials, and gravel that won't need constant care. Avoid overly fussy plants. Choose drought-tolerant varieties that thrive in your climate. Mulch and clean edging keep the structure crisp and clean. Remember, elegance doesn't mean complexity. In fact, simplicity and restraint are hallmarks of true French style. French gardens come alive at dusk. Add subtle lighting to pathways, under hedges, or around focal points to create mood and extend the magic into the evening. Use solar path lights, string lights in trees, or lanterns on tables to evoke a romantic, timeless glow. Keep it soft and warm, nothing too harsh or modern. Even a single candlelit lantern in the right spot can transform a tiny garden into a dreamlike escape. Celebrate the seasons with subtle shifts in decor. Add autumn gourds, spring bulbs, or holiday wreaths. These keep your garden dynamic without disrupting its structure. Use vintage planters, woven baskets, or natural wreaths to tie your garden to the time of year. Think of it like decorating a home, just outdoors. This connection to the seasons brings life and authenticity to your formal layout. It's a living space, after all. Look to classic gardens like Versailles, Vaux-le-Vicomte, and even charming village gardens in Provence. Notice how structure and romance intertwine. Pick one or two elements, a shape, a plant, a material, and reinterpret them at your scale. The elegance is in the echo, not the copy. Use books, travel photos, or even old postcards for inspiration. Bring a piece of France home, wherever you live. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Petite perfection, French formal gardens reimagined for smaller spaces. We hope you feel inspired to bring some classic European flair into your own backyard. Whether you start with a parterre, a few clipped boxwoods, or a symmetrical path, remember, structure is beauty. Even the smallest garden can hold grand style. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts or see your garden transformations. Until next time, keep living beautifully in the open air.